What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Max Voltage here. About time someone goes live. DJ Mines. Yeah, you and I need to have a talk, dude. I think you have a bromance with me. I'm just not sure it's reciprocal. Anyway, love your content, man. Love your content. Thanks everybody for showing up. By the way, that title was actually just for Yashnik, just to get him here. I knew that would trigger him to get here. So thanks for coming, Yashnik. Appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, there were lots of live streams yesterday. Anyway, it's been a very good December for me. My watch hours are way up, so definitely wanted to do a live stream for a number of different reasons tonight. One was to make sure I got over the hump because I'm so close. As of the end of the day yesterday, I was at 3,941. Obviously I put out a video this morning. Not sure exactly what my watch hours are on that, but that alone might have put me over the top. But definitely had a lot to talk about as well. So I'm like, I know tomorrow I'll be at 4,000 watch hours. So that's pretty cool. It won't show up in the, for those YouTubers out there, you see that monetization, when you cross that line, it's always a day behind. So I won't see that probably until the 1st, but that's good. I know I will have crossed that line, and definitely want to thank those people that helped me get here. One person in particular, Condibits, went to bat and put together some crazy numbers for me over the last couple days. So definitely shout out to him, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, I'll probably cover the DJ Mines thing as far as what GPUs I'm mining. I'll cover that probably tonight as well. So let me cover the first thing. I'm going to cover the Helium miner because I made some changes. I reasserted my location. Let's just say that. I reasserted my location. Found out that about 500 meters away was a different resolution 7. And I figured out that that was what was causing my transmit scale to be affected by an extra 0.2. So basically reasserted my location in a different resolution 7, which was 500 meters away. And let's just say I had some definite, let me actually put up my 7-day results. And you can see I had a number of days where I didn't have anything. And it made me really, shall we say, reevaluate my choices in doing that. Like, why couldn't I just leave well enough alone? And then magically, it woke up. And it's been doing well ever since. It's been doing about 0.25 since it woke up. About 0.25 a day. So about 7, it'll average about 7.5 a month. I was doing better before that, but I've seen a steady decline. I think that's just with all the additional units coming online. Oh, wait a minute. Here I'm sitting here talking about it, and would help if I switched over to the other screen. Hang on a second. There we go. So up here is what I've been pointing at. So right now I'm at 0.258 the last 24 hours. And then if we look at the 7-day, you can see where there was nothing for a while, which really sucked. But, you know, I read there's one particular guy, and I can't think of what his name is, but I was reading what he basically said. He's like, look, if you reassert your location or you make changes to your miner, he's like, the best advice I can give is go on vacation for a week. Don't look at it for a week. It'll be fine. And it was bugging me. And then when I read that, I'm like, all right, I need to give this about 3 or 4 more days. But literally, like within 4 hours after I read that, it was alive. So definitely happy that finally woke up. And it's back to making some good money. So definitely happy about that. And, you know, if you have a Helium miner, if you go to Hotspotting and you really look at where the other miners are and you look at the different resolutions, you can sometimes find locations nearby where you could reassert your location without affecting anything or having minimal effect on everything. So it's something to look at. I know that I looked at this with Big Wooly and I said, nope, nothing you can do about it. His was all the way in resolution 4, and every resolution up until resolution 4 was fine, but his resolution 4 had way too many in resolution 4. So that's what was affecting his transmit scale. So at any rate, definitely very happy about that. And it's back to working again. So woohoo. All right, well, let's get right into the Canada versus USA. And that was really about taxes and nothing more. So a number of times, I'm sure you guys have probably heard about it. I heard from Panda, and he says, you know, how his strategy is for mining, which is to basically mine whatever coin he mines and hold it. And I've countered with that and said, why would you do that? Mine whatever is the most profitable, and then sell that and buy whatever you think is the most profitable long term. So I started thinking about that. Like, he had said, well, geez, we don't get taxed on mining revenue. And I'm like, really? So I finally looked into this recently. And let me bring up. So this is actually Koinly's website. They have a lot of great information on it. And this was the particular thing that I had found where it clearly states that if you are mining as a hobby, if you classify it as a hobby, your mining revenue has zero basis. In other words, you do not have to claim any of that mining until you go to sell it. And then it has a zero basis. So let's say you mine, you know, 1 Ethereum at 4,000. Okay. Initially, when you receive that, it doesn't cost you anything as far as taxes. Now you go to sell that 4,000, you're going to pay taxes on the 4,000. Well, not really, actually, because the other thing about when you mine as a business, mine as a hobby, is that it's classified as a capital gain. The whole thing's classified as a capital gain. and capital gains are only taxed on 50% of the capital gain. And then they're taxed at whatever your normal tax rate is in Canada. So that's the other tax benefit that Canada gets, is that they only get taxed on 50% of their capital gains. So yeah. So anyway, so you're not taxed on it as income directly. And when you go to sell it, you're only being taxed on the capital gain, which is half of the amount of it. So it's almost like a built-in 401k retirement fund that you can pull money out whenever you want and only get taxed on half the amount. It sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Now, whether you can classify something, a mining farm, rig, whatever you have that you're mining with in Canada, whether you can classify that as a hobby or a business, that's not real clear. So definitely would leave that. I won't even touch that one, just that it isn't exactly clear as to what classifies as a hobby and what classifies as a business and where that line crosses. But if you are lucky enough to be in Canada, you are comfortable with classifying your operation, your rigs, whatever, as a hobby, that's a great deal. Absolutely great deal. Now, the one other thing I should mention is I wasn't able to find whether or not you were able to take expenses against a hobby. I don't think you can, like your power and things like that. That may be the only drawback, but that I don't quote me on that. That one I'm not sure of. I wasn't able to find anything definitive on that, or I should say I didn't have enough time to find anything definitive on that. I know in the US, if you put things in as a hobby, you cannot. The good thing about that is you're not subject to any self-employment tax on that income, but you are subject. You can't take any expenses against that hobby. So that changed in 2018, where you can't do that anymore. So we have that. So anyway, let me. The other question. There's been a lot of conversation on the video I posted this morning, and it's all been great. I really appreciate it. And one of the questions that was asked was, "Hey, where did you find that mining was classified as revenue? I've never heard that before. I thought it was only trading." I'm like, well, so I left a link in that video, in that answer to that video. I haven't changed it in the description, but I'm going to add it to the description as well. But this is it. It's notice 2014-21. Obviously, 2014, it came out in 2014. But this question says, does a taxpayer who mines virtual currency realize gross income upon receipt of the virtual currency resulting from those activities? Yes, when a taxpayer successfully mines virtual currency, the fair market value of the virtual currency as of the date of receipt is included in gross income. So this clearly states that mining income is mining income, and you have to figure out what the dollar amount is, the value of it is in USD or whatever your local currency is. I don't know what everybody else's tax laws are, but we're talking about United States right now. Is you need to find out what the value is in USD when you make that transaction, to figure out what your taxable liability is. So that's why I've been talking about Koinly. This is where I think this really helps. And I will actually go through some examples. I actually found a page that shows a number of examples of my transactions from a portion of the year. And I'll go over that, and I'll actually show you what I do when I'm classifying things as mining income. But before I do that, let me see if there are any questions. Red Panda, I've been summoned. So yes, I'm going. Yeah, all the Canadians are like, hey, what's going on here? Anyway, yeah, I was just talking about Red Panda. I'm glad you are here, because a lot of this came from some of the conversations you've had and I've had about mining strategies as well as tax strategies. And obviously, I did a little bit of research and figured out that yes, Canada does have different tax laws. You file as a hobby, and you're not taxed on the mining revenue at that point. You're only taxed when you actually put it into a transaction. So we'll talk about the strategies in a bit. So Anyway, let me see if there's any questions. At least you're not wanted that miner back now. Oh, yes, Baldini. I'm not wanting the miner back now. Mine's doing just fine. And now mine's better than yours. So there we go. Did DJ Minds make any comments about the bromance comment? I never went back and actually found that. Oh my gosh, he didn't make any comment. I'm sorry. Did I scare him away? Anyway. Carlos, if you are in Canada and you're filing as a hobby, that I don't believe you can, but again, do your own research. The bottom line is I'm not sure about that. I know in the US, if you are filing as a hobby, you cannot write off your cards. If you file as a business, which means as a sole proprietor just means that you're filling out Schedule C and you say you own a business in my name. And you can do that with anything. I could say, I don't know, I'm making money on this remote. And I'm making a cent for every time I press a button, if that was actually a thing. I could just put that income under me and say the cost of this remote was X and I have income of this. And that's a business under sole proprietorship. So there's really nothing to filing as a sole proprietor. So don't let that like intimidate you at all. That's not an issue. It's when you start getting into LLC or corporation, that's when things get more complicated. And there are certainly benefits to that I'm not going to go over, but yeah. All right. Let me see if there are any other questions. Of course, everybody's banning Red Panda. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just Yashnik who's banning Red Panda. That's just par for the course. Oh, DJ Minds. I said you can private DM anytime. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Anyway, is a DBS same as sole proprietor? I'm not sure what DBS is. I know what DBA is, which is doing business as, and that's something completely different. Doing business as is just saying that you're filing some sort of paper, usually with the state, that's saying I'm doing business as this name of the company. But again, I don't think that has anything to do with sole proprietor. If that's what you're saying, I'm not sure, Mike R. So Red Panda says, when a miner receives a new unit of cryptocurrency such as Litecoin through their mining activity, the miner will not have an income inclusion until the miner disposes cells of that Litecoin. Correct. That is if you are filing as as a hobby. So yes, it's a definite benefit for being in Canada. Yeah. Anyway, good for you guys. So yes, I guess Canada wins. Sorry, USA. In this case, they win. Anyway, all right. What was I going to go into next? Oh, I was going to go into next. Let's do something fun. Let's talk about DJ Mind's video where he classifies what he would be buying as far as GPUs. And mine's pretty simple. I'd buy 1660 Ti's at the right price. I would buy maybe some of the 2000 series ones at the right price. And then definitely 3000 series cards. That's it. I wouldn't buy A2000s, A4000s, A5000s. I wouldn't buy any AMD cards. So you ask why? Because you guys have seen, well, maybe not everybody, but if you've seen my video, I believe a mining ice age is coming when Ethereum goes to proof of stake, and profitability will be probably at a loss for a bit of time and be very little profit for most people. I think a lot of people who have higher prices of power will drop out, or at least will need to drop out. So, and the other part of it is that NVIDIA cards are much more flexible they have the ability to mine well more algorithms than AMD cards. And you have Ravencoin, which is halving, which means that the profitability for mining Ravencoin will be halved, at least until the hash rate actually comes more in control or comes down. You have Firo that you can mine with AMD cards, but again, what else? There isn't much. Ergo and Ravencoin, Ergo, Ravencoin, ETC, as well as Cero, because that's ProgPow, so that would be pretty good. So you really don't have a lot. So you're taking away some of the other coins that may be valuable, especially the Kryptonite GPU algorithms, which have been profitable lately. So I know one of them is Ryo, Equa something. I can't think what the other one is, but it just takes away. Obviously, if there's other ProgPow based cryptocurrency or other ones that change to a ProgPow based algorithm, that would be beneficial for AMD cards, and that could happen. I haven't heard of anything else like that happening, but it's possible. So anyway, those are the ones that I would be looking at. The ones I lust after are the NVIDIA cards that are not LHR, actually the ones where you can buy through Best Buy, but those are so hard to get now, especially. Maybe over the summer they weren't quite as hard, evidently, but now everybody's on to the Best Buy drops, and very, very difficult. I'm hoping that maybe we'll get like a 10-degree day out where people don't want to stand in line, and there's actually a drop, or in-person drop, where the people that aren't the hardy ones won't get in line, and maybe at that point I'll try again. We'll see. But anyway, those are my choices on that. I see there's a bunch of things talking about corporation and such. Yeah, I file as sole proprietor right now because state of Illinois is like $500 to file as an LLC. It's ridiculous. It's $500 per year. There was a bill, God, like 6-7 years ago to change that fee to $39 because there's absolutely no reason why it needs to be that. But because of politics in this state, which is ridiculous, yeah, it didn't. It got almost unanimous vote in the state Senate, and because of the power ship in the House, they didn't even bring it up to vote because anyway, won't go into Illinois politics, but it's really screwed up. So anyway, if you get bored, check DM and show us you picking the GPUs. I'll have to take a look at that DM in a little while. But anyway, oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying you probably sent me the link. No, mine's pretty boring. So, I mean, it's not worth sliding everything back and forth. Like I said, everything else I'm not even looking at this point. Oh, I should say, why wouldn't I be looking at the A2000s, A4000s, and A5000s? Because I'm only looking at things that will have more value if mining were to really go into a long-term ice age. As with anything, do you want your cryptocurrency to go down to, $10, $1,000, whatever, a Bitcoin of $1,000? Yeah, there's benefits to that. So you can buy back in so that everything goes back up in value. I get that, but I don't really want to lose all that value. So it would be nice if after all this happened, I have an asset that will hold its value better than something that may not, because its main function is to mine. And I know that A2000s, A4000s, and A5000s have value for machine learning and such. But if 70% of the people getting those cards are miners, well, that's going to really flood the market, and there's probably not as big of a market for those cards as there are standard GPUs. So that's where I'm at with that. Let's see. Let me go back to my little cheat sheet So how taxes affect mining strategies. I started after I did this research on Canada taxes, it made me really start to think, if you live in Canada, how do you basically do what I profess, which is mine Ethereum because it's the most profitable, and then sell and buy whatever you want? Well, that's really where some of these services are extremely valuable, like unminable. Unminable is great because you're going to be paid out in something else, which means you're not doing the transaction because you didn't take ownership of the Ethereum. They're doing everything, and what you're only taking that ownership, and that would be the possibility of a taxable event. And it really is still a taxable event, just the taxable event in Canada is 0. So anyway, so that's great with unminable. You know, for me, I'm kind of like, well, there really isn't much use. I'd rather do that transaction on my own and save, 0.8%, or not 0.6%. So, and have a little bit more control. But in Canada, it makes all kinds of sense. So you have unminable, nice, obviously nice hash. Everybody knows nice hash, mining pool hub, or Zerg pool. So any of those services can do that, where they're doing, or you can even look at the one I've been talking about, which is 2Miners, which does it into BTC. All of those are options to get into different coins, but still mine Ethereum. So those are great mining strategies. Now in the US, you don't have to really do that because it doesn't matter what you're getting paid out in. You're still going to have to pay taxes on that mining revenue. So that's where you have different mining strategies. So that was really the main thing I wanted to talk about there. So let me take you a little bit through a partial walkthrough of Koinly, and then I'll talk a little bit, and then we'll do AMA after that. So this is a transactions page for Koinly. So this is stuff I haven't modified yet. So this is just the way it comes in from my exchange or wallet. Okay. So when there's a deposit, they don't know what it is. They just know it's a deposit. So it's up to the person to actually classify that transaction, that deposit. So for me, I just go to the right, and the way you can tell it, by the way, is this globe. That's telling you that it's a general deposit. It's not telling you what it is, but you can go over here and then tag as mining. Once you tag it as mining, it then shows up as mining. And eventually, yeah, there it is. I was going to say it should eventually get the different, it should update where it has the icon and everything. And no, this is the icon that changes. So it changes to a hammer, basically showing it's mining income. This is back when I was getting, 10 Raven payouts. So let me change all of these. So then we look at this one. This was a sale of Litecoin, a little bit of Litecoin. And it basically, what it does is it actually, I have it set for highest in, first out, meaning that I want to transact what my highest cost is so that my taxes are as little as possible. So highest in, first out. That's the way I have it set in the settings. All right. So that's what this was set at, and I would still get like $13 of profits or something like that. So, so I did a little trade on Litecoin, and let me change this one to mining. And now here, this is really interesting because this is what a lot of people misunderstand, is that when you do a transaction from one cryptocurrency into another, it's still a taxable event. It's just, it's going to figure out what the dollar value is at that point of the transaction and basically figure out how much of that is profit in USD. So in this case, I did a transaction of 0.22 or thereabouts Ethereum into Bitcoin, and I had $19.45 profit. But again, taxable profit there. And let me just scroll down as long as I'm here. Let me do all of these as mining. And there might be a faster way of doing it. I'm not sure of it. there's probably a way that I could actually filter in here somewhere where I could filter on type and filter for deposits. Yeah, I'm not going to do that because I don't know what else will come up, but I wanted to show a couple different transaction types. So if you're trying to just classify all of your mining income, you would just go to deposits only and then go through all your deposits, because that's, you know, and then you could also figure out if, you know, I don't know, somebody gave you some cryptocurrency and then you could classify that as a gift. So there's that as well. Or if you, I don't know, won some money at a poker tournament, like that ever happens. Anyway, I don't even know, is Yashnik still here? Oh, he is still here. All right, good. Anyway, so anyway, that's basically the main thing that I have to do for my taxes, is just go through and classify things as mining income. I already have this set up from last year, but the other way, the way you get this set up is you actually set up, there's a way of going into here and actually doing an API call to your exchange, or they can even pick it up just straight off the blockchain as well, by putting in your address, your wallet address. So there's a lot of different ways. So TJ Mines asked me, do I still play StarCraft 2? Occasionally. I would play a lot more if people were actually playing that instead of Halo. But no, everybody wants to play Halo now. Nah, I've been having fun playing Halo as well, so I got no complaints. Although I think I'm a little bit better at StarCraft 2 than I am at Halo. Although I think DJ Mines would beg to differ on that, because he kicks my butt in both. Yeah, we could do some SC2 after this. I can go in a little bit later to work tomorrow, because I have to actually stay a little bit later. My second shift person is actually taking 4 hours off. So anyway, yeah, it'd be fun. We can definitely do that afterwards. Tired of Halo. Yeah, well, the biggest problem with Halo right now is that it just doesn't work all the time. And it's so frustrating when all you just want to do is get into the next match, and nope, bounces you out. And especially bad when half the people get in and half the people don't that you're playing with. And it's like, do you just all get out? Then you don't know what's going to happen. Is anybody going to be able to get in the next match? It's a pain. So yeah, it is what it is. All right. Now, no fighting, Red Panda and DJ Mines. No whining either, Mr. Red Panda. You never ask me. Anyway, let's see. Did I have anything else to talk about? I think I covered everything. Wow, I talked fast. I talked really fast. Ooh, that is not what I wanted to show you. Well, actually, that was kind of what I wanted to show you. Let me look at this real quick. See if it doxes me at all. No, it does not. So let me just move this over just a little bit. So last chance to get 30% off of Koinly. This coupon code may work. I don't know. I don't know if this is a single use coupon code, and I did just use it. So in the description, I do have an affiliate link for Koinly. So if you do sign up, I do get 20% of whatever the cost, if you actually, only if you sign up for a paid subscription to it. So don't feel obligated, of course, but just wanted to let you know that, be transparent about that. But the funny thing was that I changed to an affiliate from just referring people, and I lost $60 of referral money. So, oh well, didn't realize that was going to happen when I made the change, but so be it. I didn't want to lose the 30% off. So now I'm in a program where they would actually pay out the affiliate money. But anyway, we'll see how that works. But anyway, just wanted to be upfront. So yeah, you can try to use that code. I'd be curious if you do happen to use this code and it works for you. Please put it in the comments of the video. that would be great, because I would really like to know if that is a single use or not. In fact, if anybody wants to do it here and actually just say, because basically you go into it and say you want to get this particular subscription, and then just apply that coupon code and it'll tell you whether or not you can use it or not. So anyway, if anybody does that, I'll keep an eye out on this. So yeah, Yashnik asked, good Christmas. Yes, definitely a good Christmas. Got together with the in-laws, much smaller group to get together. Sister-in-law came in from Florida, and yeah, we definitely had a very nice Christmas Eve. So yeah, it DJ Minds. Okay, sorry, Dad. Anyway, ooh, Red Panda. Yeah, he's the bad child. DJ Minds is the good child. DJ Minds must have been the youngest, and Red Panda must have been the oldest in the family. I think that's how it works. But anyway, yes, good Christmas. Definitely a good Christmas. Yes, it was good with the in-laws. I love my in-laws. Yeah, we have a good family. I'm very, very fortunate that everybody gets along and loves each other. So it's always a good thing in life. I know not everybody has that benefit, so I'm very thankful for that. Oh, kid is yelling. Sorry to hear that, Panda. I kicked mine out. Wow. Well, so we have strict rules when we have people come over, and that is we don't talk politics. Period. Do not talk politics. My father doesn't usually follow that rule, to be honest. But yeah, it always ends in hurt feelings, disagreements, whatever. There's plenty of other things to talk about. There's plenty, especially around Christmas and holidays and Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. There's just no reason for it. So it was a rule that was very easily followed by everybody, and we had a great time. It was great. So yes, politics sucks. I just hate the fact that it divides people. That's what bugs me about it more than anything. I have a 15% code after I bought. Yeah, that's for the like additional reports. And it's only good for like 24 hours. I just saw that because I bought today too, and I have that 15% off for 24 hours. Me personally, I didn't find a need for that. So I'm not really sure, if that's really needed. If you have basic taxes, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, well, let me go into the last part and then we'll go into AMA. I really want to thank everybody here. This has been a great year, a trying year, everything in between, for me and my family. So my wife just did to me, cause it's been a rough couple months. She had cancer, has had, depending on who you talk to, but she had surgery in August. And anyway, point being is everybody here, everybody in the Misfit Mining group, everybody in the whole community has been extremely supportive. My wife got a lot of support from her friends as well. And I'm very thankful for all of that. It meant a lot. It was, like I said, that part of it was very difficult. And, but this year, from a community perspective, I started out the year thinking, maybe I'll do some YouTube. And little by little by little, I got more and more involved. And it's just been a journey. And there's been some highs, there's been some lows. I mean, certainly with 1559, there were certainly some lows with that, and some disagreements and things like that. But at the same time, I found it interesting. I found it rewarding to learn about it and to be involved. And just everything this year with crypto has just been so interesting and fascinating. And this community is amazing. Absolutely amazing. with the support. I mean, most of us have never met in person, and yet I think some of you guys are some of my best friends. And I don't mean that to be creepy, shall we say, but I mean, it's, you know, we hang out, we, you know, stream together. Yeah, I just wanted to say, as we finish out 2021 and head into 2022, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys have made 2021 not one to forget, and better than it would have been otherwise. So again, thank you so much. All righty. With that sappiness out of the way, any questions from anybody about taxes or about anything for that matter? And thank you guys. Appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate Red Panda. I meant every word of that note I wrote you when I gave you my stickers. So yeah. Yeah, hit the like button if you guys, yeah, Budweiser, that is one of the down points of the year. We will remember him. That is for sure. Rest in peace, Savage. Yeah, super chats before you know it. Well, yes, but yeah, it's just, it's not, I mean, I have a good job and everything, and yeah, I'll be making some money off of the ad revenue, which will be nice to actually, you know, make something off of what YouTube's been earning off of me for the, you know, some of the videos that I've been publishing. So it'll be nice to share on that. And yeah, I'm sure I'll get some super chats as well. But yeah, I will be looking at, shall we say, any sponsorship or those types of opportunities. I'm not going to go actively out and seek them, but if the right ones come along, I will say yes. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know what 2022 holds for the channel. I think you guys have seen just actually recently with my daughter editing that latest video. I hope to continue to improve the production quality as well. I've definitely made some investments in, I mean, I think you guys can tell from the camera, I'm using ZV1 now, which obviously helps out with the picture. In fact, I can go back to scene. So yeah, it, oh, thank you, Carlos. Tell Pearl I said hi as well. So anyway, I totally lost track of my thought, but anyway, so you said are saying we need to go to the courthouse tomorrow, or is this just for the tax document business? I mean, you can file, if you're in the US, you can file as a sole proprietor. You don't have to file as a LLC or a corporation. So you don't have to go to the courthouse. You can file as a sole proprietor without a problem. So yeah, I wouldn't say that that's necessary. My Canuck little furry friend. All righty. Well, if nobody had, I think Red Panda's telling everybody to be quiet. Same with DJ Minds, because they want to go play games. Is that what's happening? Is that really what's happening? And I'm okay with that if that's what's happening. I just want to know. Just want to make sure I haven't missed anything. How much could a woodchuck chuck? Are we really doing comments like that? So Red Panda says, and thank you. Yeah. You're welcome. I know. Yeah. If I had go back all the way to 2020 and thought that I was going to be friends with Red Panda, Serpent X, Savage, all of these guys, I would never have guessed it. And I still remember, and I know Savage isn't here, but I still remember when I was on a stream with Serpent and a number of other YouTubers, and I think Savage was there as well, where we were discussing 1559, and a comment came in saying, who the hell is this guy Max Voltage? He's been in the game for 2 seconds. And Serpent came to my defense and said, yes, that may be, but he knows a few things. So he does his research. He's sharing his information. Nothing wrong with that. Something to that effect. And I was like, that meant a lot to me. Anyway, there's just lots of things along the way, along the journey that I don't forget. I really don't forget. And yeah, enjoy your dinner, Red Panda. Anyway, there's been so many places along the line where I've just been surprised at the generosity, friendliness, everything. Yes, I'm glad that I've been able to contribute my little bit to the community as well. But yeah, it just has meant a lot. All right, I'm done talking about that. Any questions before I check out? And it doesn't sound like Red Panda is waiting to have dinner or waiting to play games because he's having dinner. I guess it is dinner time there or thereabouts, since he's in, I believe, Pacific time zone. So, and I still haven't seen Yankee's video on bathwater. I'm going to have to find that one. Yeah. Does it taste good, Yankee? Does it taste good? Thanks, Brian. Yeah, I'm hoping this is only the start. Obviously, as we head in, like I said, the middle of the year, there's going to be a lot of very interesting things and a lot of very interesting things to talk about. So that part of it, I am very excited about, of keeping everybody up to date, seeing where that checklist is, seeing, being able to better predict when that time is going to come. Hoping, I'm sure he's not listening, but I'm hoping that maybe I can have another interview with Tim Biko. But we'll have to wait and see if that comes to fruition. He's been open to do it in the past, but I'm thinking that maybe in the February or early March timeframe, when things are kind of starting to come together, they might have a better idea of when the merge is going to happen and the different things that are going to happen. There's a couple different steps that happen. I believe that there's a fork that needs to happen in the beacon chain before the merge can actually take place. So there's a couple different steps that happen. Or it might be the other way around, but I'm pretty sure that was the side that had to come first, but I could be wrong. That would be the reason why we'd have the interview and get some answers. So anyway, alrighty guys. Well, I will let you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for joining me on this. This should obviously easily take me over the 4,000 mark. I think I have 30 concurrent viewers according to this, and I've been streaming for about 45 minutes, or actually 50 minutes if you include the intro. So yeah, that should probably do the trick. But anyway, not really the reason, but Go 2022, somebody will be streaming tomorrow night. I think it's going to be DCA and we're all going to be on their channel, or we're going to stream on maybe 2 different channels. I'm not sure. Not sure how it's going to work out. We're going to figure something out and get the information out and have a good time as we head into 2022. So keep an eye out for that. And great guys, again, thanks for joining me and have a good one.